It's Wednesday, September 6th. It's going to be a short video if you look down at the bottom. I just have to do a little bit of teaching today, then we're going to go to the library, but today's teaching should be entertaining. Yay. For me. Let's see. Posters are now up in the hallway. The ones that you guys made in your small world groups. On the other side of that wall in the hallway, all of your posters are out there, and they're by class period. 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And so now if you have random kids in the hallway coming up to you and saying, I like My Little Ponies, do you? Now you understand why, because you now have your new My Little Pony buddies. And you are going to need to know who's in your group, because you're going to be working with them in the library today. Because they're having you do an activity in a group. And so we're having you be in the small world group as you do your little activity when we're over there. And then I think you finally get to move on from that group. Malik!
Do you have a second period?
I do not. That's why there's no second period listed. It's my prep period. Hi, Bear.
What's your second period for?
To write tests and quizzes and call parents and stuff like that. So now, we are getting ready to do a verbal check of your knowledge. So this is where you're going to be taking your paper and turning it face down in a second. If you need to cram knowledge into your head, you've got about 8 seconds if you want to try to look at there and cram all of that knowledge into your brain. And then when you realize it's not going to fit because it's empty, then you can go ahead and turn it face down. And we can help you out. And you're like, it's the same. It's like a rock. Tickle, tickle, tickle. So again, as poor Connor pointed out, every time you lose this paper or leave it at home, it does cost you 3 B points. And then you have to do all that information again, which will bring you sadness. So don't be a sad person. But now you have a backup one. You can keep one in your locker and then one at home. It's like, good to go. Right, okay. So now we're going to go through, you should be looking at the side that says the lady and the tiger and the fisherman. So that way, if you need to turn it over, you can, but it may come with a slight case of mockery. Because in theory, the stuff should be in your head, and we're going to see how well you do with it. I said making fun of kids, and you raised your hand. Hi, Peace, what's up?
I know a fisherman.
I do. It's probably a different fisherman.
No, because they're on my swim team.
Are they Fisher? And they man?
No, their last name's Fisherman.
Oh, that works too. Violet, let's have you start off with plot. And we're gonna
not again! I actually know it now,
Good.
and I'm going to be confident.
I'm proud of you. Your heart spoke to me for a reason.
Why are you doing this to me?
Your heart told me to.
What happens in a story?
See? Your heart wanted redemption for yesterday. Nicely done, Violet. What happens in a story, or the outline of all the things that go into it from there. We'll jump to characters, and we're going to give it to Sleepy. Sleepy! That's you, Sleeps. You're not looking. It's in your...
Who's in the story?
Nicely done, Sleeps. Who is in the story? People, animals, kids who go to their happy place. And then we're going to jump. Okay. And then we go to setting. We're going to jump to setting, and you raising your hand. That was so nice of you. But I can't call on you because we already going to give it over here to Jacob. Jacob, for setting, there's 2 parts that go into setting. And so we're going to see if you can figure out both those parts, which would be
Where it is and when it is.
Apparently the answer is you did figure it out. Go you. We have the when and the where that goes into this one. Then it jumps to point of view, which definitely gets a little bit on the tougher side from there, so we're going to give it to Max. So on this one, Max, we're going to see how well you can do figuring out point of view, and how you can figure out what the question word is that goes along with this. And you say?
I know there's first person, third person on me, and then like third person limited, and then there's second person, but we don't really use that one.
Very confident. Nicely done. Didn't answer the question at all. But I like the confidence of that one. That one really had... So you're on the right track. You have the right answer, just for the wrong question. And so you just gave me the different parts that were here, which was good. Don't get me wrong. So hold on to that thought. We're going to come back to it, because apparently your heart just spoke to me for a different part of it. So we're just going to tag over to Bear, and we'll let Bear answer this one, and then we're going to come back and make you do that one. Right. Bear, thanks for tagging it up here. We're going to see if we can figure out the definition of point of view as opposed to the examples that brought Max a lot of joy. We're going to see if we can figure out how we can figure out the definition of point of view. Bear?
Narrator of the story.
What?
Again, very confident. I like that one also. You're playing the Max game, where if we confidently answer a different part of the question, we can kind of distract me like a magic trick, and I like it. It kind of worked on that one. All right, we'll come back to you on that answer because that is one of them. Nate?
How the plot is told in the story?
There you go, Nate.
Let's go!
How the plot is told to us in the story. Max, what are the 3 different types of point of view?
First person, third person limited, third person omni, and then second point of view, which we don't use.
Nice with us. That was the part of the question that came in. That one. And then we're going to jump to the part where it talks about first person, Jared. And Jared, with first person, we are not using the narrator that Bear was talking about. Here we're going to have first person, which is a different person telling the story. And who is telling the story as opposed to a narrator?
The main character.
All right, what'd you say?
You like the main character?
Not is it like the main character. It is the main character. And Jared, what are the pronouns being used?
I, me, and
Nicely done. Bear, we no longer use a main character when it comes down to third person limited. So who is telling the story here as opposed to the main character?
The narrator.
Nicely done, Bear. That's where the narrator comes in. What's that, Bear? You want to answer 2 more? Okay, fine. Bear, also, what pronouns are used when we're talking about the narrator and third person limited?
He, him, she.
Nicely done. Confident and correct. All right, I'll give you one more then. How many characters does the narrator follow if it's third person? Someone's all flexy and nailed that one back and forth. The narrator with the 1 character, and that's where the he, she, and they comes in from there. And then Fluke, for third person omniscient, instead of the narrator following 1 character, how many characters does they follow?
3.
It's a very specific answer. I'll go with that one. I was going to go with many characters, but technically 3 is many, because that is more B points than some people have. If they were like, I have many B points, they're like 3, like, well, not that many. And so we get a chance. I'm not harassing anybody in particular. So now, you can turn your paper back over. Get nosy things. That we just got. Way to play the game, Kipper. So here, I am going to, all right. The 2 biggest areas kids struggle with when I do short stories are point of view and theme. So those are the ones I'm going to try and help you out. Most kids can figure out plot, we'll get to, character, setting. But point of view gets a little bit tough. So I'm going to try and help you out. So, I learned point of view when I was a kid through video games. So we're going to see if I can teach you guys point of view through video games, because that's what worked for me. So on this one, yeah, I know you guys know what a video game is. What I'm going to do is show you a screenshot of a video game. Now, if you know the game, bonus, go you. If you don't know the video game, you can still figure it out from the screenshot. What I'm going to have you do is see if you can tell me, is this game a first-person game? You hold up a 1 for first person. Or is it a third-person game, and you hold up a 3 for third person? But if you're saying it's a third-person game, you also have to tell me, are you limited to only following 1 character, or is it omniscient, where it jumps around to a bunch of characters? So you have first, third, limited, omniscient. Halo.
What if it's a game like Roblox where you can be first?
Well, that's why you have to pay attention to which screen I show you, and that way it'll help you out. Because I have a game like that on there, and so we're going to see how well it throws people off.
Fortnite.
Yes, I am aware of what Fortnite is. I'm back. All right, now let's see how well we can do from there. And we have, if you know the game, you can say it if you want.
Fortnite.
It's not Fortnite.
Apex
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Legends version. So now you get to hold up which point of view you think it is. And if you don't know, you can shoot off another kid.
Can I tell you what gun
Find
it is?
which kid you think touches the least amount of grass.
Yeah, definitely Liam. I'm thinking Liam, guys.
And you are, by the way, this Halo, World of Warcraft, but this Call of Duty, what type of game are those called?
First person shooters.
So that's a first person shooter.
FPS.
It has to be used called first person. Because when you cannot see the character and all you can see is their weapon in their hands, that's your first person.
You can see their arm and their wrist.
Good body part recognition skills. Alright, let's try another one.
I can tell you what character it is.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
We like Fortnite. Guys, why is it in Arabic? Why is it in Arabic? Kevin.
Do you hate aerobics?
Huh?
Does it
No, I
hate-
am one.
I know. That's why.
Bro,
I
how
was
does
Oh,
it
okay.
fold everything?
Oh, you hate holding up fingers and you're not being made fun of.
Hold on. Wait, yeah. Liam.
We're actually
Yeah.
kind
It
of.
is
Oh, wait.
correct.
I held the wrong amount of fingers.
And
What launcher?
that is correct again.
Yeah, I got it
Hang
right.
on. You can change skins, but not in the middle of a game.
Jared, you can spectate people.
True. Sorry, I forgot to say, not counting the ghost death mode. I'm not counting that one when you die. So just
Okay.
while you're, I'm sorry. I only get crowns, so I'm not used to that. So I'm not used to you guys doing the spectating.
Blood standing on a
That's a
tree.
complete lie.
I know.
Are you raising your hand, Ava?
Mr. Bobby, I wish you
What's
weren't
up?
on it Fortnite.
I'm here because he's standing on a tree.
This is basically
We're gonna
get these questions, but
Right. So our next one. I'm sorry, I moved on. You took way too long.
Cocoa Melon.
No, that's not.
It is Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It is Animal Crossing.
It's kind of
And
fun.
those of you.
Fortnite.
Oh wait, wait.
So on this one, I agree with you doing third person.
Omniscient.
Between the limit and omniscient, can you change out the character while you're playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
You can change different. Oh, when you put on new clothes, are you a different person?
Yeah.
No.
So
Well,
changing
Fortnite-
clothes does not change who you are. You don't walk in the next day and go, I'm Sally, and then just walk around. You're still the same
It
special.
depends on your attitude. What if you can go with third and
Definitely some attitude. Let's try.
Among Us. It's Fortnite, guys.
And again, not counting though after you die. We're assuming that you're alive the whole time. And as I see, third and should be limited.
Yeah.
Because you can't, now, I know there's a little thing you can do that changes how you look, but that's the same thing as changing your outfit. So I'm going to say you really can't change from red, once you're sussy, to green. Bear.
You can look at the cams.
Yeah.
But that's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, change
hang
them.
on. Who's looking at the cams?
Me.
The character?
No, but who was it following?
Yeah, you're technically looking at a different
It's
person.
legit. I'll give you a legit argument looking through the cameras. But you're not becoming that character. You're just looking at that character and you're saying
But it's in their point of
because
view.
as soon as you stop looking through the cameras, does it go back to being you?
What if no.
But I like your thinking, Jared. That's good thinking.
Among the Sussy
Nate?
Ohio.
If you're imposter, you can become a shapeshifter.
I know.
And you
That's
can.
the shape of you bringing it up. But still, you're not really changing to that person.
This guy is not an imposter. Can you not see?
What do you need?
Aren't you red?
Madden 2015.
It is Madden. I don't know which year it is. All sports games are going to be the same, by the way, whether it's FIFA or.
That means it's.
All right, so you should have three. And then if you're Brady and Watson cuts free and you pass it to Watson, who do you become?
What's it?
So that makes it omniscient. Now it officially changes characters as you go from one to the next. What about what one?
It's because it's last. Jordan White.
Now I know Minecraft can be different things. That's why you have to use way to tag in late. You have to use this screenshot of which one it is. And
Oh, wow.
we're looking over the shoulder. That makes it third. And
Oh yeah, light work.
alright. Good job. Nailed it. I have two more.
I got this.
I did it first.
Liam, why you gotta stand up on every question, bro?
Yeah.
He's excited. I love video games. One more.
What's it called?
I died.
NBA 2K Mobile.
I played that in class all year last year. I've like
Things we don't admit. And
I didn't play at all.
are you just putting 2 3s up?
Where?
I agree. It's third. And then.
0.
Yeah.
Is that what LeBron did?
It's like you've played this before, Malik.
I played it all last year too. I took my friend's iPad.
It was Roblox.
No, for me,
For
me, it was like baseball night.
And I turned
Alright.
on the real.
Same,
So
same.
seems to be getting you in the right direction. So now I'm going to make it a little bit tougher.
Fortnite.
We're going to move away from video games for a second.
That's an
I
F.
feel the same way. I also love video games, but I have to
I
like
don't like IRL.
teaching thing.
Aren't we
Me,
first
I know.
person in real life?
I mean, should be.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
No,
it, like,
she can see your legs and your
No,
nose.
See your
No, like,
eyes.
I always wonder, like,
Yeah.
what is a
And your eyes
narrator?
and your
You cannot see
shoulders.
out a narrator's view.
You might be
Now, like,
melting
what
Alexa's
is a
brain right
narrator?
now.
What do you see? Like, I always think.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall.
Now,
Wait, but
you can't talk in third person. Like, Mr. Broviac is getting angry. Mr. Broviac's going to start charging points. Mr. Broviac doesn't like it. That's
No,
talking
better
in
than
third
like
person, which is kind of weird and creepy.
wait, are
but-
you
Wait,
talking?
doesn't Elmo do that?
Mr. Broviac wonders what's wrong with that kid. See how it's getting weird. That's why you don't talk in third person. Brayden,
Elmo talks in third person.
Elmo does talk in third person.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a kid crying because Elmo got turned off.
We didn't ask.
I used to be
I'm
scared
good
of
with that
Elmo.
too. Bear,
Can I bet Elmo?
not at the moment. Haley,
When are we going to the library?
right. So now, I apologize for calling on kids. You guys keep teaching me lessons nonstop. I'm going to try it again. This time with just a little snippet of a short story. I'm not even making you use your own brain to read it, because I know it'll make at least 4 if you pass out. So I will read it. Again, all you're going to have to do is tell me, is this little snippet first, third, limited?
I got you.
3, 4, 5.
Please.
Guys, he
I
told
think
me
we have to start reading it because you're saying that.
But if we don't look at it, then we're
You're
not
reading it with your ears.
Wait, oh.
I'm reading with my eyes.
Zach repeated the phrase to himself again as he glanced at the numbers scrawled on the piece of paper clutched in his hand. As long as he kept his cool and didn't look suspicious, he'd be fine. This would be easy. So here we have between first and third. Good cheating. Should be third person.
She cheated.
Yeah, it means that she saw something that she thought was smart. That's how the cheating works. If she cheated off
She's
with
looking
dumb
at
kid,
me.
that would not have been good. That she just complimented you and said she must have thought you were the smart kid.
I don't like you cheating on me though.
Yeah, he's not smart. You stop saying
Hey,
that.
why cheat on me?
And those of
You're
you who
too
put
stupid
limited,
to cheat on.
nicely done. Now you're making. I'm gonna charge both of you points. It's okay. Did you just squeak at me? Yeah. Kids nowadays. Shoot me. Back at you. Let's try another one. Let's see if we can be less squeaky. I was awoken from sleep by the cry of fire. The curtains of my bed were in flames. The whole house was blazing. It was with great difficulty that my wife and myself made our escape from the inferno. I resigned myself from then on to despair.
Is that one of your books?
Those of you who... It is not. This is Edgar Allan Poe. I wish it was me. Those of you holding up a 1,
Why you?
what clue do you see in there that makes you think it's a 1?
She was talking about his wife.
There you go. So it says I, and that makes it first person. You can talk about other people. If I talk about you, that's still me in first person, just talking about other people. Don't worry, we have more practice coming. I can watch it hurting Violet's head. Now we're going to try another one. You did well with this. I'm going to try a short poem.
No,
See if you can figure that out.
a poem.
Yes, it's like where words rhyme.
Did you make these?
No.
It says, Maggie and Millie and Molly and May went down to the beach to play one day. And Maggie discovered a shell that sang so sweetly she couldn't remember her troubles. And Millie befriended a stranded star whose raised 5 languid fingers far. And Molly was chased by a horrible thing which raced sideways while blowing bubbles. And May came home with a smooth round stone as small as a world and as large as a loan. For whatever we lose, like a hiccup, you or me, is always ourselves we find in them. Alright, not bad. So those of you who are throwing up 3, good job. And then does it focus on one character?
No.
Yes, correct. Now, I understand you held up a 2, correct?
Yeah.
Because you're saying second person, and you are correct. Down here in this part, it does go to second person. The rest of the poem is all in third person. That last stanza does throw it off. So I would agree. You say second person because of that, I can't hate on you for it. So you're on the right track there. Bear.
I'll let you enjoy your fun.
Listen, you want to do what?
I'm just thinking. I had this on.
I wasn't yelling at you. Bear was. I can tell the difference. Then, these.
I can see 2 of you.
Oh, good. Well, then just look at the one on the left.
Wait, Mr. Brovia, can't I calm my head down because you're reading it out loud to us? So
Did I yell at you?
No.
Okay, you're good to go. So I'm going to make it slightly tougher on you. And so I think the more fun thing would be, as opposed to using boring ones, since you guys kept asking, did I write it? I am going to write one. So now I have written a story, and we're going to see if I can stump you by giving you a slightly different strange story. Now, to understand my story, I'm using a special character, which is a thing that shows up in a lot of my class throughout the year, called a bunny monster. A bunny monster is a small rabbit-like creature with large horns on the front of the head. They are known to live in schools, and they eat children's toes. If you've ever eaten a Lunchable, apparently they're made of bunny monsters, according to their ads, because on the front cover of a Lunchable, right there, is a bunny monster, and that's Perry. But this is not the best picture, so I kept looking, and I found from another Lunchables commercial, that's a bunny monster, rabbit, large horns, running around, they attack kids' toes. This is Perry, and that's Karen. And so I'll be telling a story about a bunny monster, and we're going to see if I can throw you off. Are you talking the one on the left or the one on the right?
What?
Okay.
Where is the bunny monster over there?
So it's hard to see, but to the kids on this side of the room can't see it because it's around behind my bookshelf. It's the yellow, like diamond-looking sign. It says Bunny Monster. And then on my shelves, I also have like little statues of ones that have been brought in. In a moment, yes, because we're getting ready to leave. Home children, that's it for today. We're going to be going to the library.
Bye, home children.
Give him a 0.5. Give him
Oh, hang on. I dropped something. Did you see this?
Give me a 0.5.
What was it? I didn't
Give him a 0.5.